Folks in town speak of the past glory of the Ravenswood estate. I hear it in their whispers, secrets passed from lip to ear, which are never supposed to reach the likes of mine, but do. My father Henry was lucky, I suppose. He struck gold in Big Thunder in the early 1800s and was the founder of the Thunder Mesa mining company. Mama told me he was just as good as one of his nuggets of gold. So in love with him she was. Settling high on a hill, he built our grand manor, a Victorian-style home complete with lush gardens, masterfully articulated. It was an oasis in an otherwise dreary landscape. The gazebo was my favorite place as a girl. I would sit there and just look out over the town, past the cemetery to the river. My life as a child was idyllic, straight from the pages of a storybook. And as I grew older, I wanted my happily ever after. I recognized you, Jake, that afternoon when I was picking up some fabric from the general store. I knew you were one of Daddy's engineers, so I didn't hesitate to partake in conversation when you approached me. Oh, Jake, so handsome and funny. Charming, like one of those princes in my storybooks. The love of my life. If only Daddy had approved our union, we could have been married months before the big earthquake. Together, as husband and wife. Instead, I spent that time fighting Daddy. He threatened to take me away from you, away from our love. I will never be able to mend the bridges burned, for the earthquake took both he and Mama away. The only solace I have was that we would finally be married. But yet, on our wedding day, you did not arrive, my dearest. I waited and waited and waited, but you did not arrive. But you did not arrive. Where are you, my love? Why do you not come to me? Our future is in front of us, wide open, but instead I sit here, listening to the townfolk gossip in hushed tones, talking and talking. I sit alone in this manor, my love, and wait, and wait.
The concept for a Euro Disneyland began in 1972 when Disney executives wanted to expand the Disney empire into Europe. By 1985, the possible locations for Euro Disneyland were narrowed down to 4 locations, 2 in Spain and 2 in France. Eventually, Disney executives made the decision to build Euro Disneyland in the small town of Marne-la-Vallée for its prime location in Western Europe and its close proximity to Paris. In 1987, Michael Eisner signed a treaty with the French government, and construction began in August 1988. By the time Euro Disneyland opened on April 12, 1992, Euro Disneyland became Disneyland Paris. Tony Baxter, lead Imagineer of Disneyland Paris, encouraged his team to think outside the box when it came to reimagining concepts of American attractions for the new park. Baxter's goal was not to change the overall ambiance of Disneyland, but to improve concepts and to utilize technological advances. Additionally, Baxter, mindful of the numerous European cultures that would patronize the park, realized many American concepts would not translate well among many European cultures, so Baxter wanted to find a universal understanding that would accomplish this feat. The Phantom Manor, Disneyland Paris's haunted mansion, was a case in point. The Haunted Mansion attraction is essentially the same ride at all 3 Disneyland parks located in California, Florida, and Tokyo. However, the Phantom Manor located in Frontierland is vastly different than the other 3 attractions. Jeff Burke, executive producer of Frontierland, was the lead Imagineer for Phantom Manor, and his vision was to maintain many of the details of the Haunted Mansion while changing the context and the surroundings. Burke maintained the floor plan, the ride layout, and the special effects of the Haunted Mansion, but changed the general theme, which was darker and gloomier than the original theme. Bob Baranick, a renowned Imagineer, and Craig Thorold were integral in designing a backstory for Phantom Manor that was missing from the Haunted Mansion. The Haunted Mansion's backstory was not well developed, unlike the Phantom Manor. Melanie Ravenswood was jilted, or so she thought, at the altar because her fiancé never showed up and was left waiting in the ballroom. Unbeknownst to Melanie, her fiancé had been lured into the attic by a mysterious phantom, never before seen, who hung the fiancé from the rafters. Melanie was devastated and aimlessly wandered the manor without ever changing her wedding dress or dropping her bouquet. The Phantom also remained at the manor and slowly but surely began bringing his evil friends from the afterlife to the manor for an eternal party. As the years passed, the manor began to decay, and the once beautiful and tranquil manor began to look run down and uninhabitable. The inspiration for this backstory came from Gaston Leroux's Phantom of the Opera, but with an Old West setting. Baranick and Thorold believed that an Old West setting would easily translate across multiple cultures due to Europeans' overwhelming love of America's Old West. Additionally, the manor exhibits a striking resemblance to Alfred Hitchcock's mansion in Psycho.
There's probably 400 stories on this. I'm going to give you mine, okay? So this isn't official, it's mine. She is a bride who was jilted early in life, and she stayed in her mansion and grew older and older and older. And the rats came in and spider webs and everything. And that was the basis that I saw in it, but I wasn't the only voice in this. So we see the young, beautiful daughter preparing for her marriage at the start. She's in the hall and all the guests are arriving. She's very wealthy. This is her father's home. He made his money from the gold rush and the mines of Big Thunder. And now she's waiting for her phantom groom. She waits and waits and waits and gets older and older and older. When he finally comes at the end, it's too late, and the only place that the celebration can be is down under. So he invites us to descend down underneath the ground into the spirit world, where all the residents of, Thunder Mesa have come to celebrate this long, long overdue marriage. And of course, she waves goodbye, throwing us the bouquet in the end there as we go by the mirrors. And that's my version. But
C'est sa version. That's a very nice version.
What is special about Disney storytelling is you write the stories. If we script the whole thing and give you a book report of a movie that we've done, it's not as exciting as you going home and telling your family and friends about what you saw and the different things that happened. And it makes it very exciting to go on the attractions again. If it's the same old thing and scene, it's just like the movie, that's not any fun.